That is so true what you're saying about how the people are being used for sacrifice in these different countries as well as here in the United States.
Oh yeah.
From the for the witches, they have in their special time where they supposedly do it when there's the full moon is out. They have to do a sacrifice or something unto their gods, or they'll do it outside of the country and go to the mountains, these special mountains they supposedly have, and do their sacrificing there too. So it's really sad. It's really sad.
Yeah, we have to be careful when we get delivered from something. When the Lord let us go from situations.
Yes.
That when we get on our way and building our relationship with the Lord and everything, that we don't fall into those temptations that we had when we were in the world.
Right.
See, Egypt is a typical being in the world, a type of being in the world, in other words.
Right.
So when we get past that, we have to go, and we can't say, well, when we were back there, was doing fine. I talk to people, and people say, like, look like I was doing better when I was there.
Oh yeah.
Were you really? Because judgment could have been right around the corner.
Right.
It always looked like that.
Well, that's because the proceeding of the enemy. He wants you to stay in that world that he has given you, that provides so much loyalty and riches and peace. But actually, you can't take that with you when you die.
Yeah, but some people don't fear judgment. They don't think
true.
Judgment is going to die.
Well, some of them don't even believe that even God exists.
That's right. Until certain things happen, and then say, "Oh yeah, it's real. He's real.
Yeah.
He's real." And it's a blessing that way. If you get delivered, when the Lord will let you go, don't do like the Israelites and children of Israel, where some of them complain.
Oh yeah.
But then you have some of them that served the Lord and was still with the Lord, but he was wondering who was on the Lord's side.
Right.
Because judgment came as well after they had left the place. After the Egyptians were destroyed that tried to kill them, he closed up the Red Sea. Once you get on the other side, don't try to come back.
That's right.
Once you get on the other side, in other words, spiritually, don't try to come back.
That's right.
Paul had two desires, and it troubled Paul. It troubled Paul. We're talking about Paul that's in the New Testament. Paul that was turned from Saul to Paul. This Paul that wrote 14 of the books in the New Testament. This Paul, where Paul was struggling with, but it was in a positive way, where he could be with the Lord. You get a certain age and your body's you're about ready to clock out eventually.
Right.
But he was struggling with this and that. He had a desire to be with the Lord. Most people want to be with the Lord. They don't want to be with the situation today. Because guess what? It's better.
Of course.
You don't have to deal with your flesh anymore, where it's sick or whatever. You don't have to deal with it trying to gear you in the wrong way. You don't have to deal with carnality anymore. Because you are with the Lord. You don't have this flesh anymore.
Right.
So he had trouble with, I want to be with the Lord, but I also want to be here because it's better, because I can help people. Right. I can help, my thing, I don't want to go yet. I want to do more.
Right.
That's good. That's a good thing if you think like I really do. A lot of people say, I can't wait till Jesus come and all of that. Our job is to try to rake in as many people to be born again that we can.
That's right.
But the point was making with Moses, Moses and Moses leading them and everything. Well, Moses went up and then they made him a god and all of that, a calf or whatever. But then when he came back down and all of this, he said, who's on the Lord's side? You can't have a weak person that's second in command. You can't, rather male or female, it can't be weak. Mm-hmm. They got to stand up for Jesus. And sometimes you have it in the church where the second in charge is weak. You know what I mean? It's got to be the same spirit, you know what I mean?
Right.
Be able to move when he's gone or she's gone. They should be able to preach just like anything else.
That's right.
With the anointing of the Lord. Mm-hmm. You can't have a weak pastors and weak preachers and weak evangelists, because they'll be pressured to do things that's wrong. like Aaron did. He was wrong as wrong.
Oh,
He's lucky that the Lord didn't place judgment upon him. He's blessed. So, and his children was wrong. My God, they did things wrong
But
too.
you know
I got
what?
like father like daddy like father, whatever.
Daddy
So,
daddy like son, or
yeah,
something
whatever.
Like that. Yeah,
you know what I mean. So
that's pretty
it
bad.
happened.
That's pretty bad.
So in that instant, the judgment was going to be placed upon some of the people on of the children of Israel, the adults, or we say children of Israel. Their lords, the children of Israel are adults as well. We're talking about adult Israelites that had the either you're going to be on the Lord's side or whatever, and the judgment came upon those that weren't on the Lord's side. So they had to move on. You have to move on in situations, because it seems like the enemy is going to destroy you, but the Lord will make a way where they won't even see you.
Right.
Did you?
Also, I wanted to say too is that a lot of times we, not only spiritually, the Lord has called us out so that we won't go into the direction that the Lord has been trying to get us out of, but He doesn't want us to return back into the wilderness. He doesn't want us to go back into the same mess that He delivered you from. Because if He felt that you was going to be just like Pharaoh, hearken not unto His word, then He would have left you right where you are, in turmoil and everything else you could think of. But the Lord has so much grace and love, because He knows your heart. He knows what you're going to say and do before you even do it. But He wanted to see, or have you repented, and have you changed your mind? Have you considered the consequences if you stay in that mess?
That's right.
Or have you moved on to allow Him to direct you in the path that He wants you to go? So that's the thing. That's the question you have to think too. Where is the Lord leading me? He want me to get out of this relationship? Does He want me to let my children go so that I can be able to serve Him more? Because a lot of things you think that is not right to you is right unto the Lord, because He doesn't want, if He got one person and all the rest of them is falling apart and doing all kind of dirt, He'd rather save that one and destroy the rest. Just the circumstances with Lot and his family. Out of all those four that came out of Sodom and Gomorrah, only 3 survived, because the fourth one was the wife of Lot, who decided that she wanted to turn because her heart was still there in Sodom and Gomorrah. But
that's right. Her heart was there. No way that you turning and you're not thinking about it.
Right.
You turning because you've been thinking about it all the time that you were leaving.
Exactly.
And it got so bad she wanted to turn around. And it was a commandment by the angels, the voice, of course they stood in the presence of the Lord to let you know not to do that.
Right.
He already knew that was going to happen. The Lord did. He anticipated the habits of humans.
Right.
He anticipated what we're going to do.
Exactly.
He knows what we're going to do. He knows the beginning and the end of situations.
Right.
All the time.
Right.
You can hide all you want to, but the Lord knows.
Exactly.
The Lord knew that they was going to build a calf. All they used the craftsmen to make a calf. I'm not talking about anything. They put it together well. But that's because Moses was gone. Aaron was a weak leader at the time. And of course Mariah, Marion rather, she was a prophetess. She should have said something to her.
Exactly.
But you know what? The Lord intervened anyway. Everybody's not going to make it to the promised land. But ensure that you will, because there will be a great separation. And you won't even, it can blow your mind. You're like, what? Oh, you don't want to go with me? No, I'm going with that. You know what? People going to do what they're going to do. They're going to blow your mind. They're going to break your heart. But you have to keep moving and pushing on as a soldier of the Lord. Each and every individual must do that. Even though you love them so much.
That's right.
You still have to do that.